Champion, I could use your assistance. The natives here in Silver Moon are proving to be less hospitable than we had hoped. In their defense, their city is facing down a darkness unlike anything Azeroth has ever faced. So tensions are high. Can you use your unique perspective and help de-escalate some of the hotspots that are emerging around Silver Moon?
You. I have heard of you. You are the champion. They said you were here to help beat back the Void. These soldiers told me they need my goods for the Sunwell, and then tried to just take my entire cart. No please, no thank you, no recompense. I do not know them. How do I know this is not just the Alliance making an excuse to take what they want? Well, a war for the end of the world. I would have gladly given them everything I have if they had explained it better, instead of simply taking my goods like common bandits or Alliance raiders. We can part with a cart of goods, though I would ask they remember whose city they are in.
Champion, I am not certain this merits your personal attention. We were promised food and supplies from Eversong as our adventurers and priests find the last of their reserve energy flagging. These people do not seem predisposed to helping or trusting us, even though the survival of their city. Indeed, the survival of all of Azeroth is predicated on our success. If we are to maintain our vigil over the Sunwell, holding back the relentless death that is the Void, we need more to go on than conjured biscuits and illusionary flavors. Can you speak to these people on our behalf? Perhaps they will trust you more.
Vanguard of the light in our streets, the Void in our skies. Our own Blood Knights and Magisters too few to defend Eversong. How is this not the end of everything we hold dear?
wasn't me. I don't know what they think I did, but it wasn't me. I am pretty sure. These Vanguard were all over me like they have never heard of a warlock before. I don't know if it's because I am undead, I dress in purple, or the fact that I summoned a Voidwalker.
This city is rife with infiltrators. The Void loves to work its way in through the seams, sneaking in behind wearing the face of a friend. I will not see my city fall to betrayal. These paladins are under my authority, and will go wherever I deem they are most needed. If the leadership of Silver Moon is unwilling to purge this evil, then we will do it for them.
Well done. That void storm is evoking fear and terror in everyone who sees it, myself included. But I chose this life of standing up to evil and spitting in its face. Sadly, not everyone had the luxury of that being a choice.
After the Amani surrender, we demanded Zul'Jan relinquish our Lightwood and return to their lands. Even so, Zul'Jan still lingers at the gates of Zul'Man with his troops. Lady Liadrin and her Blood Knights hold the pass, and Liadrin is trying to remedy the situation with diplomacy. But she reports that aggression may begin anew. She requests your assistance in this precarious matter.
Our ceasefire is strained but holding, for now. I had hoped that Zul'Jan would leave the Lightwood and return swiftly to his lands after our confrontation with him. But dealing with the Amani has never been a simple matter. Diplomacy is the only way to avoid more bloodshed, but Zul'Jan is finished listening to me. Perhaps he will listen to you.
The Blood Elves live on lands they stole from us. You do not understand. By right, the Lightwood is ours. We need it.
Sister? Did you forget I'm the leader of Zulaman? Is that why you did not listen to me?
Hold! We are not here to fight!
Then why you be here? Tell me quickly, before I slice your head from your neck, elf.
I find myself relieved to discover Zul'Jan is not the leader of the Amani. But this Zuljara might be worse. No matter. We must get on the other side of that gate and assess the Twilight's Blade's threat to Eversong.
Liadrin lowers her voice, speaking only to you.
We have two choices. We can either continue to talk to the Amani or fight our way inside. I would still prefer to negotiate passage with Zuljara, but if our diplomacy goes awry, be ready. For now, follow my lead. I must say I am surprised that Zuljara allowed us passage. It has been many years since I or anyone from Eversong has stepped foot on this side of the border. Stay sharp. This is a volatile situation. We may have to do more to engender their trust, but don't turn your back on the Amani. The situation here is far worse than I imagined. The Twilight's Blade and their leader, Mordoon, have completely overrun this city. We will use this opportunity to show the Amani how efficient we are at eliminating forces of the Void. Perhaps that will help convince them to stall hostilities between our people, at least until the current threat has passed.
If you want to survive here in the Talaman, find and beat the city's battle drums. That will rally our remaining soldiers forward to join the fight. It will also bring all the tribes of Zulquote, Amandat, the Witherbark, the Revantus, and the Shadowline to our aid and tell our civilians to retreat to the altar of Malakris if we need to evacuate. Use the drums to spread the word. Find me at the altar of Malakris when you are done.
Zuljara has noticed your prowess in battle. Good. Let us continue demonstrating our usefulness. If they push us out of their lands now, we'll have no way to keep an eye on the Twilight's Blade until they're flooding through the gates into Eversong.
Many Amani found their way here, but we have more to aid and even more enemies to kill. The Twilight's Blade's General Mordoon has got us by the throat. We're not moving, and we are too few. We've got to evacuate before there is no one left, and hope the other tribes meet us at Amanizar. In the meantime, I am glad to use you while we rally the people of Zulaman. The civilians' lives are my priority. Go to Swiftclaw Terrace and evacuate the people there. Tear through the Twilight's Blade as you go. Find your way to Zul'Jan when you are done.
The drums have sounded, but the elders have not come. We cannot lose them. They are our link to our culture, our sages, and our best minds. Torundu helps devise the Lightwood weapons, and Doru is our provisioner. We will need both if the battle goes on. Go find Doru in the market and Torundo in the tribute hall. The last one is the old lowest leader, our uncle, King Doru. He may need special persuasion to leave. I will go to Talonstrike Terrace to speak to him. Meet me there after you find the others.
Torundo eyes you suspiciously, and moves as if he is hiding something behind him.
And who are you? Is it time to leave Atalaman?
Elder Doru is preoccupied with collecting light weapons from an abandoned wagon.
I heard D-battle drums, but we can't leave these weapons behind.
Should I invoke the keen eyes of a Killzone or Halatsi to dispel what is hiding it from me? Why not both? Yes, why not both? Day or two of our sacred Loa. Halatsi, the Loa of the hunt, and the Killzone, the Loa of victory. A Killzone is keen-eyed. Halatsi hides in the shadows, but he can reveal what is hidden. I speak for, or I spoke for, a Killzone, the Loa of victory. Oh, how I want to hear the Loa again. Now, before this shrine is destroyed by the Twilight's blade. But the Loa are silent now. Maybe they hear us, maybe they don't. Maybe they are trying to speak, but we can't hear them because of something we have done. If we had a Hashi, maybe... It is the staff held by the Hashi. Simone unites the people and wields the power of the Loa. If the Loa ever speak to us again, we will need this staff. We haven't had a true Hashi in a very long time, but an old troll can hope. You cleared the way, but more doom continues to keep us scrambling and off balance. We're gonna need as many Lightwood weapons as we can get to end this. Do whatever is necessary to get Kanduru to leave. He is our uncle. We can't leave him here. Eagles Loa. We don't have time to dwell on the spirits of the past. You might be good at killing, adventurer, but so are we Amani, and even more so with our weapons. I took an army into Eversong to reclaim the Lightwood forests for the Amani. It was against my sister's orders, yes. But Lightwood gives us an advantage. Take back the weapons being stolen by the Twilight's blade, and I'll show you why it was worth the effort. My blood is boiling. While waiting for Kanduru, the Twilight's blade was destroying what little stores of Lightwood we had left at Ragemore Terrace. But if we act quickly, we can save enough to arm the Lightwood ballista and take a shot at Mordoon. And without the ballista, we cannot claim victory. Weapons are the difference between my people living or dying. Good. Now we have teeth to bite back with. We lost so much of it. We could have blacked out the sky with ballista bolts. But this still may be enough. It will have to be. Zujara doesn't think Delightwood is worth the risks I am taking. We will prove her wrong. I have seen too many warriors discouraged because their weapons don't work against the Twilight's blade. Don't just tell them to retreat. Give them the Lightwood weapons. Nothing stirs Amani blood like an effective axe in their hands. Let them fight their way back to the altar of Molocras.
Mordon may be the leader of the Twilight's blade in Suleiman, but that ogre can't be everywhere. The elf found his military commander, a hulking pile of armor and flesh named Benvis Blade Splatter. He is paradigmed round like he has already won just because they seized Firewing Terrace. Make him pay for his arrogance.
In our reconnaissance flight around the city, Zuljara and I got a look at the Twilight's offensive. They're summoning more Twilight's blade directly into Atalaman. We can counter them by disrupting their dark summoning rituals. That will stop the flow of their cultists into the city and give the Amani time to strategize. Kill the ritualists, and any troll breakers already portaled into the area. That should slow them down, at least for the moment.
The next to fall will be more doomed.
Have killed a great many Twilight's Blade. Some survived and made their way here. We lost a few, but I think the sacrifice was worth it.
Zul'Jan's ballista is ready, and it had better work after what he has done. We lost the army we needed to defend the city, but we can fend off Mordoon long enough to let our people escape. Help my brother man with the ballista. Focus on the Shadow Warders and the pylon. Liadrin and I will distract Mordoon. I will kill him if I can, but even then we can't stay here. There is too much void energy and too much destruction. Atalaman is truly lost.
Lost. Your city is in ruins. No one is coming to help you. Not even your gods. Xal'atath relishes in your anguish and will exalt us when your empire falls. Don't worry. Your end will come soon.
Zul'Jara sees with rage.
Mordoon is playing with us. He could have stayed and destroyed the city outright. If chaos is to Twilight's Blade's plan, we need to prepare. You and your elf friend amuse me, and you've more than proved yourself in battle. Our people are heading to a Amenizar. We hope that the other tribes rally there instead of at Atalaman. Their representatives will give us counsel, and then we will mount an attack on the Twilight's Blade. If you still wish to fight with Diamani, meet me on the northwest side of the village. Zul'Jan will have gone ahead to speak of his deeds, and yours. But do not enter the village without me. Amani kills strangers on sight.